Yay! Hello, hello. Good to see you, Pam. Seriously, I'm so excited that my Husqvarna is working. Thank you so much. You suggested that I check the timing, and that's exactly what it is. I just switched up the timing a little bit, and I have an echo somewhere. All right. So that was a perfect suggestion. So I thank you. I am so excited that my Vikings working. I'm like beyond myself. It's been a while. Awesome. Awesome. I hope everyone's doing well. Monday night. I have a few things that I will be sewing this evening, and I've been cleaning, so I found a ton of material in my house. Hello. I hope everyone's doing well. To anyone watching this in the future, I thank you and welcome to the Godless Sewing channel. Tonight, I'm going to be making a turtleneck of fabric that I purchased it was a while ago from Hobby Lobby a couple months ago, and I forgot I had it. So it's perfect for a turtleneck, and I'll be fixing my overalls. And I'm also going to be improving on this beauty right here. So I hope everyone has a great night. Good to see you, Pam. Hello, hello. I haven't decided what I'm going to start off with quite yet, but I need to make sure everything is on in here. All right. I took the day off yesterday because I needed to take care of a few things. Yay! Hello, hello. Good to see you, Joy. Good to see you. Yay! Hello, hello. And I'm actually glad that I took the day off because I really, really needed it. And I probably need another one. But I got a lot done yesterday, and I've been cleaning. I've been going off cleaning the never-ending mess that is my middle bedroom. That is a closet. If anyone wants to join, please let me know, and I'll throw the link in the chat, and you could join. Anyone wants to join, please let me know. So I've been cleaning, and I unearthed a ton of fabric and all kinds of stuff that I forgot that I had in the first place. So it's a good thing to rotate your clothes. Really, I've been going through all my coats and bringing out, putting away all my short sleeve stuff. Well, not all, I cut off a lot of the sleeves on my shirts. So a lot of my cut off sleeve shirts and things like that definitely got put in the back of the closet. Awesome. Awesome. Hello. So let's see. Do you know I'm on Twitter, as many people know, and people keep on subscribing to me, and I've been quiet quitting for months. And you know what? I follow everyone back as a rule, but I kind of really have not posted anything on Twitter in a while because it's just a mess on Twitter. But it's weird to me because when I was like posting all the time and involved, people rarely subscribed to me. But when I stopped caring, I got like 1,000 something subscribers on Twitter. But this program is for entertainment purposes only, and this content is not intended to malign any religion, race, company, individual, or wigs. All opinions expressed by Godless Sewing and program participants are solely their personal views and do not reflect the opinions of every single human being on planet Earth. And if you do not like that, we have exits on both sides. That's a izquierda and derecha. I hope everyone has a great evening. I had a huge dinner, but I heard the dinner car is open, so enjoy yourselves. I still have to line my turtleneck because my my rotary cutter was flat. It had a flat spot on it. So I went to my Walmart thinking that they would have backups, and they were sold out. That means that the entire section was sold out from the last time I was there, which was only a couple days ago, up until now. So it was pretty crazy that all the rotary cutters are gone. But that's okay. All right. I'm going to start lining my cape. My cape. I'm in outer space. I'm going to start lining my turtleneck. Well, I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet, because a while ago I made this. I was looking for this whole Joseph and the Technicolor coat look. I was actually going to make a quilt that was like this, but then I found this print at a Hobby Lobby and I made this I don't even know what you call it. Sweater. It's a sweater without a hood. It's a sweatshirt without a hood. I really like that design. I made sure to make the pocket as big as possible. So, in my travels and everything I've been doing lately, I've been buying really cool patches. So, I'm going to add this patch on. And it's all because of my quilting book. I saw this quilt that said Joseph and the Technicolor quilt, and I was like, you know what? I could make a coat out of that. So I found this print, and I made this a while ago, but I'm gonna put this patch on the back. I was gonna put it on the front, but I like a good back patch. So I'm definitely gonna do that this evening. I'm excited because I have unearthed every coat that I forgot about. So now I just need to go somewhere where it's cold. All right, let's start. Let me switch my angles. Wrong one. And what fun is that too? Absolutely. Oh, why is it? Oh, there we go. It was not letting me click for a minute. Oh, is it going to be that kind of evening, huh? That's okay, because here in the House of Sewing, I'm used to it. If it wasn't for technical difficulties, it wouldn't be YouTube. I've been really trying to decide what I'm going to line this with, but I think I'm going to use the Waverly stuff that I have. Yeah, something happened. I had to go out and come back in. Oh, yikes. It's going to be that kind of evening, huh? Oh, man. Well, if I do have a ton of technical difficulties, I'll try to shut it down and come back in. But okay. Let me know if you can still hear me and see me. I have a bad feeling it's going to be a technical difficulty kind of day, but that's okay. So I still have a ton of these Waverly patterns. So I'm going to use this. Awesome. I have miles of these Waverly patterns. So I use them for everything. Because I'm always like, oh, there's a project I could use this with, but I buy this with the intention to use these as lining. So awesome. All right. I hope everyone's doing well. I do too, Pam. I do. I love that Waverly Walmart fabric. I do. I made a long time ago. I watch a lot of crazy stuff on YouTube, and I was watching the Dick Cavett show, and Lucille Ball walked out in this really long coat, and I replicated it over and over, and I made an extremely long coat with this pattern. I love the Waverly patterns. And it's good material, and at my Walmart, it's always on sale. Always. Sometimes I think I'm the only person who buys it. I'm still looking for my disastrous sewing room. I started long ago. Oh, that's like my closet slash middle bedroom. Every week, it like I add one thing to it, and it grows and it grows. Oh man. And no matter how much I clear the space, I end up adding more stuff to it, you know? Oh, right. Awesome. Let me make sure I have everything. Perfect. I wonder where my other phone is. I'm a bit discombobulated because I have my stuff everywhere in here, and I spread my stuff around, and then I put something down, and I'm like, what did I do with that? Well, if hubby let me take over the living room and he have the sewing room, all would be good for me. Well, life is a compromise, you know. You should remind him that. Oh, that's hilarious. That's why I came out here. And then I slowly started adding and adding and just adding stuff to this room. Because at first I had miles of space in here. But over the years, I've added a ton of stuff to this room. You always got to come with the marriage is compromise line, you know? That one works sometimes. Oh, this stuff is overwhelming. I agree. I've recently switched over all the stuff from my storage unit. I recently got a new code and everything. I have not been to my storage unit yet because I do not want to face the fact that I have to go in there and go through everything. Because I've spent almost 4 years just putting stuff in there, and it's so full. Every time I go in there, I have to take something out because I have so much stuff in my storage unit. Our collection grows. Exactly. Exactly. It's so true. I tried to keep it to a low roar, but my collection is screaming. And I really didn't realize how much stuff I had until I came to the realization that I really do not want to go to my storage unit. And there's all kinds of fun stuff in there. And whenever I go in there, I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot I had this and this and this. But it's just the amount of things that I have in my storage unit. All right. You know what though? I look at it like I have a constructive hobby. I'm not doing anything nefarious. So hoarding sewing machines is a great hobby to have. But I still have yet to face my storage unit, and it's been a while. I really need to go in there to remind myself of the things that I have. And I have a feeling there's another Alaskan King comforter in there too. And like the last Alaskan King comforter I had, I made a coat, like 3 koofies and a giant cloak with a hood. Mm. Yes, I do too, but I'm not doing anything right now. That's how I feel about my storage unit. Whenever I look at my storage unit, I'm like, how did I get all this stuff in here? But it stops me from buying giant pieces of furniture. And recently, I turned down a sewing table. But the reality is, it's more because the price was ridiculous. Hey, Alibaba, how's it going? I just got here to hear hoarding sewing machines is a great hobby to have. Yes, it is. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It's a lot healthier than other habits I've seen. Yeah, good to see you. Good to see you. I'm making a turtleneck right now, and I'm shaming myself because I had to go to Walmart to buy a new rotary tool today. Oh, that thing is precision sharp. And I had to go buy a new rotary tool because mine had a flat spot and they didn't have any backups at my local Walmart. Oh, that is brand new. Because usually I have this, all of this done by the time I start streaming. At least I tried to. And I was so disappointed. So after I ate dinner, I went and bought a new rotary tool. And it's weird to walk into Walmart and actually buy one thing and walk out. But I stuck to the plan today because I always end up wandering around Walmart and spending 100 something bucks every time. So it felt good to not go crazy. Can hear the sharpness. Oh. Do you know, I always say it, you don't realize how bad your previous tool was until you get a new one. And I'm like barely pushing down. That's the beauty of this. And I have a great microphone, apparently. There it goes. But I feel kind of wasteful because I bought a whole new piece, but they didn't have the backup blades, which was weird. I need to find out which day is delivery day at my local Walmart because there's somebody who like waits for delivery day and then goes and buys all the good stuff. Oh, that's gonna look great. Swoosh. Yeah, yeah, it is a good sound. Swoop. Yeah. Yeah, they're very sharp. I just touched the blade and had to go get stitches. I'll spare you the details, but I twice almost took my finger off live on YouTube. I've had to learn patience. Okay, so I will move these. Oh man, I missed that. Of course, because I'm jumping ahead of myself. Hey, Kilroy, how's it going? How's it going? Hello, hello. Awesome. Awesome. It is hilarious how much how better this is than my other one though. Okay, that's perfect. I'm actually proud of myself because I walked into Walmart and didn't spend 100 something bucks. And because I'm that guy, I I weirdly save all the money I spend, and because I work with cash, I'll oddly have like ones because I save all my money. I paid for my rotary tool in ones, and the young lady who was checking me out, she looks at me, and I looked at her and I said, "Yeah, they weren't tipping very well last night," and she didn't get my joke. No one ever gets my joke. But I think it's hilarious. Your YouTube shocked face isn't convincing. Just letting you know. I did it extra hammy on purpose. Where is my pincushion? Is my middle name. I am extra disorganized today because I've done a ton of running around. And I'm fronting for YouTube. I need to take my shoes off because I'm too used to walking around here in socks. I made that video extra cheesy on purpose. In a week or two, you'll have to get another one. That's why I was like, where are the replacements? Maybe she didn't think it was a joke. That's her second job. Alibaba, that should be on a t-shirt. She did not laugh when I said that. I think it's hilarious. And when you know what, I tell dad jokes. I do. Like because I work with a lot of cash, I'll give someone if it comes out to a certain amount, I'll give them the money. But I'll tell them, count it. I went to public school. Some people get it, some people do not laugh. But I love telling that dad joke. Whenever I hand someone a large amount of cash, I'm like, "Oh, count it. I went to public school." I think it's hilarious. All right. There's that pattern. You're kind of right though, Joy, because I am aggressive on the blade. I try not to be as I push hard. I push down hard. Like even right now, I'm like telling myself to back up off the blade because I'm pushing a little too hard. Oh, perfect. You are you are right. But I'm gonna enjoy having a brand new sharp rotary tool as long as I have it. I'm gonna go back the second that they restock. I'm gonna go buy the backups because the backups almost cost as much as the blade because I'm not gonna get a fancy one. And every time I get one of those handheld rotary tools, I break every one. It's because he's cutting directly on the table and without a mat. I sacrificed. I have like 3 6-foot tables, like 5 8-foot, and like 3 or 4 4-foot, and I've sacrificed 2 tables for my sewing habit. I want to get large tailor shears and get them working right. I need a nice old carbon pair. I have to stop myself from buying those new wannabe ones. I have a blade sharpener. I have the old school stone sharpener. I agree with you, Alibaba, though. I have to stop myself from getting really cheap ones. because I see them everywhere, or like even downtown. But the quality doesn't necessarily look. I've done a lot of work with steel, and so certain you can just look at something and say, "Oh, this is kind of bootleg." Right. Beautiful. Normally, I'm doing this and watching my local news. I have a local news channel that they have during the day. They're on live every, I think it's like hour or half an hour. Awesome. I do also, Joy. Awesome. I have a pair of those large scissors. Found them inside the couch. We took apart so it could fit out the door. I love stories like that. I love finding stuff like that. I get excited when people have like bits and bobs and sewing machines. Whenever I get like an older sewing machine and it has every piece that came before it. Awesome. Awesome. Perfect. Oh, I can smell our resident skunk somewhere close. I have the door kind of half open. That is such a distinct smell. All right. So I have a feeling I'm going to have to find something else to line that with, but I have a ton of stuff in this room. Yeah, that's not enough. I've been dying to use this 2-yard bandana print. It's really funny. Like, I always justify my fabric habit by saying, "Oh, I need that lining. I need that for lining," and then I end up having stacks of it. So I'm like guilting myself into using all of this, especially this because this stuff is always on sale for $1.50. I used to go crazy with it, but somebody else got the same idea I did and bought all of them. Perfect. I got an industrial electric rotary cutter. Oh wow. I found used tools inside of walls of houses I'm working on. That's awesome. Wow, Joy, I've had to try one. They look fast. All right, so what did I? Oh, they're right here. I had to remind myself where the sleeves were. Between Pepe Le Pew outside and being a bit tired, it's been a long day. But it's good to I've been rotating everything out, all putting all my summer stuff away, hoping that it'll invoke winter. And I found everything that I forgot I had. I used I have used the I think it was a 12-inch cutting blade like they used in the factories, used to cut several layers of damask to make tablecloths and runners. Wow. I definitely want a pair of scissors like that. See, that's my thing. Like I see scissors like that in certain places and I'm like they cannot be that cheap and of good quality. That's why I held out so long for buying a brand new pair of scissors because I had my Cutcos. And my Cutco scissors are 30 something years old. So they've lasted the test of time. Oh, right. Perfect. Is there a brand that anyone recommends if I was to buy some brand new giant shears? Because even today when my cutter went out, I was using my scissors and although they're extremely sharp, they're just not as accurate, you know. There has to be but if I'm going to spend the money, I want to get a decent brand. Oh, right. Wish I could get my grandmother's scissors sharpened. That's what I'm going to do with my Cutcos because they're a great pair of scissors. And they are just they're a reliable pair and back when I had no idea about the world of scissors, they were an absolute quality pair to have around. Perfect. Awesome. This really does cut the time and the shenanigans down though. Because lately every cut has just been like, I gotta go over that. I gotta go over that again and again and again. Awesome. But I thought you liked shenanigans. I like shenanigans within reason. I like scheduled shenanigans. My rotary cutter went out like right in the middle of this project, and I was like, "Oh, you got to be kidding me!" But it's first world problems. I went straight to Walmart and bought another pair. Oh, perfect! Yay! Okay, I have that one more, and then we can start sewing this beautiful. I purchased this fabric from Joann's a while ago, but it's stretchy and it's perfect for the turtleneck. I had completely forgot about it because it was buried under all the beautiful stuff that I bought downtown. And I was gonna make, well, I probably still am gonna make a turtleneck out of that. Like, I don't even know what you call it, fake velour. Oh, I don't even know what you call it, but it's stretchy as well. And it's I think it's purple. Some people have told me it's off like all different kinds of colors. I also have a maroon one as well. Okay. And because of downtown, I have all kinds of fabric. But the last time I went to Joann's, I did buy a large amount of stuff. They're handmade in England by the best, I have been told by cutters. Wow. I definitely need a new quality pair. And as time goes on, there are certain tools that make it easier. Like even right now, my rotary tool is making no time of this. Beautiful. Perfect. Do you know what's so funny? For a while, I thought the stripes on this shirt were blue, but they're black. Under further review and better lighting, they're black stripes. There we go. Perfect. All right. Let me set this up a little bit so I can start sewing. Yay! Hello, butterfly. Yay! How are you? How are you? Perfect timing. I'm about to start sewing. Oh man, so today was yet another crazy day of running around. And it's funny because I'm glad when I get to the point of live streaming because I could sit down. Awesome. Yay. Hello. It's time to move a few things on this desk. Yay. I've seen blacks and that reflects blue, green, and sometimes even a red, not true black dye. I agree. Oh, and purple hue. Sometimes I think I'm a bit colorblind. Because I'll say unequivocally this is purple or this is red and it's orange or maybe I'm just a bit colorblind. I've said it before. I had a good friend who was a chef. She went to Le Cordon Bleu. She was the best chef I've ever known in my life. She did not have a sense of smell. But for some reason she was the best chef. All right, let me switch my ankle for a second while I'm cleaning up a little bit. Take all this stuff off the desk. All right, so I am now remembering that the Husqvarna is sitting right here. Let's fire it up and see what it sounds like. And you know what? I would like to thank Pam for suggesting that I check the timing on my Husqvarna Viking because it's brought my flagship sewing machine back into the house. So I'm really excited about that. Orangey reds and reddish oranges throw me off too. I'm that same way. Like I'll have something like this hat. I'm like, okay, it's red. And then I have to like measure it up against certain things. And like that coat that I was saying was red. I put red up against it. It's kind of off red, orangish. How did you fix it? Yay, hello. Oh. I'm so sorry, butterfly. Fix what? Oh, outer space. What I was talking about 10 seconds ago. I apologize. I had to adjust the timing. So what I did is I took this piece off, and there is a rod the rod that literally the mechanism that does the sewing on my Husqvarna, there's two pieces holding on to it, and I loosened it up and I adjusted it and I would turn it manually with my hand. It was basically hitting the bobbin case. So I adjusted it till it wasn't hitting the bobbin case anymore. And you know, because I'm oversensitive, it has a bit of a ping, but I can't remember if that's part of the original sound. Let's be real. I beat the holy crud out of this machine. I did things to this machine it was not intended for. So I'm surprised it still fires up. And I've had success with adjusting the timing on sewing machines before because you literally just have to go in and, you know, safety first, unplug the machine, but you adjust the rod just to make sure it doesn't hit the bobbin case. That's how I saved my Morris. I have a stylist that I saved that I bought the stylist for $10 because they were like, this is inoperable. I had it working within 24 hours. But I'm actually really stoked because this was my like, you know, this was my baby. It still has a bit of a rattle, but it's not hitting metal anymore. But that's when I push it all the way down. It's you know what? Let's start sewing. Let's start sewing and let's see what happens. Let me clean it off, make sure there's no excess oil or dripping or anything. Most of the timing I have fixed is the grub screw that attaches to the bobbin shuttle. Everything that Alibaba is saying, I literally am like the what's it to the who'ser to this thing to the whatchamabob. But everything that Alibaba is saying is what I did. I used top white thread and black bobbin thread to set the timing. When the needle goes up in the loop, I set that on the loose bobbin case. That's good policy because I sat here and tightened it and loosened it and tightened it and loosened it. And I'm lucky I didn't strip the bolt. All right, let me clean this up just a little bit. I was so excited when I got this going. I have not used this thing in a very long time. And it was disappointing because I had fixed it so many times. I was like, what is wrong with you? It's like when your favorite car dies on you for the last time, you're like, no. And thanks to Pam, Pam suggested that I check the timing on this thing. I have to remember what color I'm using in my project. I have a bunch of bobbins sitting here. There we go. Perfect. But the important thing about my Husqvarna is that it's throwing a consistent stitch again. This machine is an absolute beast to the point where I used it after I used this machine. Every sewing machine after it seemed a little bit slower, just like a step slow because I was so used to using this thing. All right. Yeah, I could use black thread on this. Perfect. It took me a second to remember like all the ins and outs of this machine because every machine has its own little quirks, you know. But this is an absolute beast. Hello, Skits. How's it going? Hello, how's it going? I said Skits and Beast at the same time. Hello, hello. Awesome, awesome. I hope you're having a good evening. I finally got this thing going again. Awesome. All right. So let me move my coffee. Whatever I just did, the A word did not like that. Perfect. So I said it earlier, but there's more people here. I've been quiet quitting Twitter for a while now, but I feel bad because people keep on subscribing to me. So I feel like I should post, I should post something like, hey, I'm still around, even though I haven't posted in months. All right. Yay. Hello. 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 And the one thing I loved about Twitter is that I would sew really intricate battle vests, and you get a really good view. So if you're bored, you can go look at all of the weird stuff that I put together, because I love making abstract battle vests. But after a while, I just started, Twitter became Twitter. And lately, I haven't done anything to my Twitter account, and I have gained like 1,000 followers. But twice, I was almost at 4,000, and they've knocked me down to 3,500. So I do not understand Twitter at all. Ah! What is wrong? Okay, that was the first. That's why we do trial runs. There we go. Oh, wow. Oh, man. Okay. Let's try that again. Okay, the bobbin is going. Okay. It's the beautiful thing about a machine like this is that you can keep trying and trying. It took me a minute to get the timing, and I have a feeling like I still have to work on this. So if this does go full disaster, I still have my other machine. But let's try that again. Oh, yeepers. Double check the bobbin and the threading. Also, the tension. Yeepers. Let's try that again. Now it's working. Beautiful. Let me make sure there's no bumble bunching. Beautiful. Let me tighten up that stitch a little bit. There we go. It's been so long since I've worked with this machine. It has to have tight tension on the machine, or it just throws everything off. Oops. Is the feed dogs somehow loose? Or the needle plate? No, it's just my utter and complete oversight. Not looking. Back to being a precision machine again. Okay. So instead of me playing around, let me do this one more time to make sure I didn't get that stuck. Okay. I did get it stuck. That was the problem I was having with this last time, was the tension on this thing, because it will throw the thread. And I'm now remembering why this was in the shipyards in the first place. But that's okay. You can tell I haven't used this machine in a very long time. But I have to get the tension almost perfect on this thing. All right, let's try that one more time. Oh, is that the Amazon guy? Are they actually going to deliver my package? I didn't want to say anything. All right, let's try it on a shirt. All right, so let's try it and see what happens. No, it's the pizza guy with the special delivery. If anyone does order 45 pizzas to my house, I probably would just buy them and go around to the neighbors. Be like, who wants pizza? No, actually, 45 pizzas are expensive, I bet. Especially nowadays. And where I live, gas is like 6 something, so I forgot to check on that because I was going to go full Karen and cry and complain if they didn't deliver my package today. All right, so let's see if the good old Husqvarna starts selling. And no, they're driving right past my house. I forgot about this machine, and with the A-foot on a Husqvarna Viking, it really cuts down on bunching. I completely forgot about this machine. Oh, that's beautiful. And they're driving past my house. Where's my phone? So they can tell me, oh, we're running late. We're not going to drop your package off. If you order 45 pizzas, they need to bring them in a pickup. They would, especially. All right, let's see. I guarantee you, I'm gonna laugh if they tell me, "Oh, we're sorry, Mr. Sewing, we have failed you yet again." And I think I said the other day I ordered an embroidery hoop, and it said, "Oh, it'll be there in a few days." When everything went through, it said, "Oh, we're sorry, it'll be there in a month." It's still saying that it'll be here by 8. That's because they haven't updated everything. But when I ordered my embroidery hoop, it said, "Oh, it'll be here in a couple days." It's not arriving until October 25th. So somewhere in October, somewhere towards the end of the month, I will get my Brother PE 535 running back again. It's so weird. Ever since I started using Amazon Prime, I have not received one package on time. And when I had my dinky account, because I compulsively order stuff. If anybody ever listens to me say, "Oh, I'm waiting for a package," I obsessively order stuff on Amazon. I am the king of like, "Oh, it's only $5. It's only $5." But ever since I started using Prime, they do not deliver my stuff anymore on time at all. Oh, I forgot about this machine. Like I said, it still has a little bit of a thud, but it's not the metal on metal. That was unbearable. Before it was literally metal on metal, and I was like, "What is wrong with you, machine?" But Pam was right. It was the timing. Oops. Oh, beautiful. Absolutely. It is disappointing. And do you know, if I was waiting for something, like, I know people who get their medication through Amazon, and I would be beside myself if I didn't get my medication on time. Especially a lot of the stuff I take is specific on, you have to take it for this amount of days, this amount of time, Amazon crime is a scam. I'm just I just don't get it anymore. Ever since I switched my account over, it's like everything I've ordered is just does not show up to my house. And I haven't moved in like 10 years or something crazy like that. 11, 12. I've been here for a while. Beautiful. Hey, Sydney, how's it going? How's it going? Hello, hello. I hope you're having a great evening. I'm whining about Amazon right now and how they yet again have disappointed me. I hope you're having a great evening. Awesome. Awesome. Yay. Hello, hello. All right, so let's grab the next piece. Perfect. You can whine about anything that you need to. If you want to join, just let me know, and I'll throw the link in the chat. Oh, sorry, Alibaba. I'm making a turtleneck because I've been cleaning out my like all of my fabric in my closet and stuff, and I forgot I had this fabric. And it's perfect turtleneck material. And I'm in my turtleneck era right now. And I'm so stoked that I got my Husqvarna going again. It's still a bit rough around the edges. I can see a few things, but this is a precision machine. I really missed this machine. As it makes a mistake. I shouldn't talk about you, huh? Because you're gonna make a mistake the second I talk about you. Oh, come on. Oh man. Is it the bobbin? What is it underneath that is so bunched under there? Oh, wow. That is one thing. You don't see me doing this with my baby lock. Let me get in there real quick. I have tweezers, I believe, all over the place. Perfect. Beautiful. Got that out. That's a mess. Looking for a place to start a problem. All right. Yay, hello, hello. Nice material for no turtleneck. Absolutely. And it's super stretchy for the neck, so I like that. Maybe I'll have to swap machines. The whole time I'm sitting here, I'm thinking that. But I'm trying not to give up on this machine because it's such a good machine. And when it works, it does. You know what? Part of the frustration is that everything that's happening right now is what happened to me before. And so I'm remembering how frustrating this machine was. because it was extremely convenient. And then one day it just started like cutting thread. It started doing all kinds of crazy stuff. And now all right, let's see. But I still have my baby lock sitting right behind me, ready to go. It's so funny. I feel like I'm betraying my baby lock because it's been such a dependable machine. Then my ex girlfriend comes back into town, and I start hanging out with her again. Oh, okay. So let's try this again. Oh, that's way off, but that's okay. Oh, that's perfect. Oh, can't say anything positive. Oh, wow. There we go. Pull that over. Perfect. Beautiful. All right. I do have I did switch. Do I have a new needle in here? No, because I can tell because it's a hardcore needle. Probably right though. That was part of the problem with this machine as well, as I was snapping anything that wasn't like a leather needle. But now I know it's because of the timing. Oh, right. I mean the needle plate hole or even the bobbin case. Try to sew too fast, hit the back of the needle hole, done that or a couple of times. Yeah, this machine gave me so much drama. That's why I put it up in the first place. Because it went from like never having a problem to just one day, piece by piece, and slowly. And I would fix it and I would keep up with it. But after a while, I felt like it was slowing me down in certain projects, you know. But we're making decent time this evening. We're not like 2 hours into it, and I barely just got to this point, you know. And that's the important part more than anything else. Oh, perfect. This is a perfect project though for to bring this machine back. Have to make sure the lining is still on there. There we go. Beautiful. Even think it's because you're using a consumer machine for its past its intended lifespan. Do you know what? I wouldn't be surprised. This I would not be surprised about this machine at all. And I used it more than I think it was ever supposed to. I used this as an industrial. I did leather work, all kinds of crazy stuff on here. Planned obsolescence is a real thing. Oh man, there we go. There we go. Okay. Perfect. Yay. And it's capable. Denim needs an industrial machine to keep going for years. I've really punched this machine and more industrial type design. I've been finishing up the overalls and have been working on, of course, it's the same pair of last week. Pam, if you want to hop in, just let me know. I'm just sitting here finishing this. Yeah, it's not an industrial machine, absolutely. And there's a lot of hype. There's a lot of hype between these machines as well. Especially the year that this came out. Every time Husqvarna launches a new Emerald, you know, it's a big deal. But they're a good company though. Awesome. Let me do this. Yay. Yay. I'm going to throw the link in the chat and you can join any time that you need to. If you need me to throw it in the chat again, just let me know. There you go. If anybody else wants to join, you can hop in. Oh, wow. Okay. Man, it's been so long since I've used this machine. Laugh out loud hype for the 101, the 201. Hey, how are you, Pam?
Good.
Can you hear me? Hi. Oh, there you go.
Oh, hold on.
Okay. Yay.
It's because I still had YouTube open, so it was backlash.
I do that a lot. When I first started streaming, it took me a minute. Like whenever I'd hop in a stream, I would do that. I'd have both windows open. For me, I like the difference from the different machines I have. Yay, everyone's saying hello. How are you today?
I'm good.
Awesome. I've been cleaning and cleaning. I'm like determined to find all of my old stuff. I was so excited when I found this fabric today.
Well, I was cleaning, so you know that mess I showed you last week?
Oh yeah.
It doesn't look as much of a mess anymore.
That's all. I love that feeling.
There's my bookcase right there.
Oh, that looks great.
And all those yellow papers over there, those are pictures that my kids have drawn for me. But, well, my little boy. But yeah, I thought there was an echo too. I don't know why.
Is there an echo? Let me, I don't hear it on my end. But
I heard it for a second.
let me know if we still have an echo. Echo is over now. That's what I figured. You never know. I'm sitting in a room with a ton of devices. Yesterday I went on like kind of a Goodwill run around my neighborhood, and I was kind of disappointed because there's quite a few in my town, but there was one machine that they wanted that was they basically wanted an old Singer table for $80, and it was just way too expensive.
Oh my.
Some thrift stores, they think they have something and they overcharge you, you know?
When you're getting it from the thrift store, you know it's going to need work or something. So why charge so much?
Most tables I found, I have to completely take apart and put it. Most Singers, I have to completely take apart and put back together. It just depends. Oh, you know what? Regardless of any problems I'm having right now, I'm so excited to have this machine back in my life. This was my absolute go-to for a long time. Have you ever had a machine that you like refuse to give up on?
Yeah. I have an old brother machine. It's my first sewing machine I've ever purchased. The shift, like the little gear that helps switch the stitches. Trying to come up with the word. It broke on me, and I haven't given up on it. I just will use it as a straight stitch machine since I can't switch stitches. But it's currently sitting in the back room, so it's not out here.
I have a few machines like that where I had to pull a mechanism or two and it's only a straight stitch. That's awesome, Ollie.
Then I have another machine under my table in a container that something's wrong with it. I haven't figured it out quite yet. So I haven't given up on it. I just don't use it. Basically because I have this machine and this machine works really good. So
that's like a brother I purchased a while ago. It only sews backwards.
well, that's
and I thought I fixed it because I watched a video. I can't remember the name, but it's a man in New York. He fixes sewing machines. He's an older gentleman. I think it's a sewing machine doctor, but there's so many people that call themselves that or something in that realm. But he showed me how to fix it. I fixed it and it started sewing backwards again. And it's like a top of the line brother that I bought. I bought it at a thrift store, but refurbished. It's still worth $500 or $600. Basket case and hard to get parts. Awesome, Ollie. Awesome. Oh. Every little problem with this, though, it's making me remember why I shelved it in the first place. Because it stinks when you have there's problems with the machine. You want to use it, but you have other working machines.
yeah, so true.
And like this has sat in this room for almost a year, if not longer. Because the second I figured out that baby lock was quality, I was like, oh, I need this. The Raymond is messy. The spool holder, spool tension, I can make it work using another machine tension. The Raymond is a chain stitch, so it's easy-ish to rig up another tension. That's why I love all my singers. Like most Kenmore parts work in all of my singers, motors and everything. Oh, right. I just have to get used to working with this machine again. It's just been a while. So this might look a little sewing school. No, I'm kidding. Do you have any projects that you look at them and you're like, "Oh, I have to fix this," or I have to oh, or like a project or something that you missed in a project?
Yeah.
I have a vest I haven't lined, all kinds of stuff.
Added these little fabric appliques on this.
Awesome.
And I like them so much. I'm like, too bad I didn't add it on the other one.
I love that.
And this is a pair of shorts too. So it's getting colder and I'm not going to be able to wear them as much.
I'm going to make it big for a second. That's a beautiful flower.
Well, I've got one on that pocket. So I'll show you in a minute. Let me finish this stitch.
Oh, no worries.
So then I can take it off my machine.
Understandable. You know, I'm patch obsessed. I love the guy at the patch shop. He lit up when he saw me, and I'm like, yeah, you like me because I spend money here. Because in downtown, they're either like really nice or really rude. There's like no in between. Are there any like rude vendors where you live?
I don't know. I don't really go to just like fabric shops. I mostly just go to the thrift stores and sometimes Joann's.
I'm so glad I found downtown because I spent a lot. You know, you spend a lot of money at those places, and I'm just glad
I've spent a lot of money at the thrift shop. Let's see, I've got these flowers back here, and then I put a little leaf there, and it has a little leaf that's falling down.
Awesome.
And then, hi, Carol.
Hey, hello. How are you?
And then I have leaves right there that I sewed on, and then a little front flower.
That's beautiful.
And then so yeah.
Yay.
I should have done that to this other pair of pants that I have because it would have been nice. But they're just plain.
I know what you're saying. I went crazy purchasing a bunch of flowers from that patch shop recently.
Well, these flowers I got from a thrift shop years ago. It was in a bag full of stuff, and so I have a little folder that I have put them in. This one, I think I did this one myself. These are just out of pieces of fabric, so I had designs on fabric, and you put the fusible, like the, trying to think, the heat bond stuff. So I think it's just the heat bond light, and you put it on the back side. I had to look over at my shelf over there so I could see what it looked like. But it's just got these different things, and then it's got these big flowers and stuff.
Oh, those are awesome.
So they're like fabric, but it's like kind of into an applique with the heat and bond stuff.
I love that. I've recently got into like flowers like that. I absolutely love that look.
And I've also got some little butterflies too.
Oh, those are awesome. You would love the pet shop in downtown. They have all kinds of cool stuff like that.
I'm sure I would, and then I'd probably try to make them myself because I wouldn't want to spend the money on patches.
The last trip I went, it's gonna be the last for a while because I went way over budget. So I like told myself I need to buy another coat or I need to like start improving on my old ones.
Yeah.
But in a lot of ways, there's some pieces I've made I don't feel like that anymore, so I'm switching out a lot of stuff. And it's good with those. Like I have that giant butterfly I showed you, like stuff that's more happy. I heard that one from the cheap seats, Kilroy. Bullshit, you'll be back there by Wednesday. I'm trying to not be predictable, so I'm gonna stop going on Wednesdays.
I like to do my thrifting on Wednesdays because that's when I get a military discount because my husband's military.
Awesome.
But I need to stop going thrifting.
Same.
Because I'm running out of room to put stuff.
Wednesdays are the one day that Isaiah doesn't have a bunch of meetings for his school and stuff.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I like to take him on trips, but now he's like fallen in love with downtown because they have great food. It's so different from where we live. It's so different. And I want him to have experiences,
I'm pretty sure I left my knife upstairs.
I do that all the That's why I say in my video, it's like a tradition for me to have my scissors nowhere near me while I'm filming when I need them.
I guess I'll get out a different one.
But really, Kilroy, I went crazy at the pat shop, so I'm trying to check myself. I spent way more money than even I thought was possible at the pat shop. But I'm the king of grabbing something that's shiny, and I'm like, ooh, I like this.
Yeah, I went to the thrift shop the other day. Well, probably yesterday, because my daughter wanted me to get her a brush for the animals.
Mm-hmm.
And so I checked the thrift store first. Of course, they didn't have any brushes for the animals. And of course, I had to go look at the other stuff while I was there and found a couple pieces of fabric. Of course. And so it came home with me. Because I get ideas. Because I have a chair I need to refinish, and it's like upholstery fabric.
Oh, I love upholstery fabric and upholstery thread. I used a lot of upholstery thread for my patches because it's thicker and it's more wind resistant. Oh, that's a mess. I'm slowly starting to figure out what's wrong with this machine. But now that I fixed the timing, it's sewing again, and that's the most important.
As long as it's doing quality stitches, you're good.
That's like my number one judge of a machine.
Oh no.
Perfect. Because I do purchase a lot of machines just because they look nice. But I've learned, it has to throw down a stitch. Like I have my Elna grasshopper. They resell for a lot of money. Mine does not work.
I accidentally cut the end tack of the buttonhole. So I had to retack it.
You're in the right place. I do that often. That's interesting. And for anyone interested, I made sure to line up all of my stripes so I don't repeat any mistakes from the past. I've had to learn that the hard way. Have you ever like got to the last part of something then you realized you made a mistake?
Yeah.
I'm the kind of person where I'm like, I'm just gonna keep it like that.
One time I've sewn the bib on sideways.
Oh,
So, and I was using the stretch stitch, so it was like the extra thick. It's like the 3-stitch pattern on the machine, but it's a it's a stretch stitch, but
yeah.
it makes a good top stitch. And I got around it and realized that I had the parts on the sides, so I had to unpick it all. It wasn't this pair though, it was like a totally different pair. I'm a little more conscious about making sure it's in the right spot.
I did that on one of my favorite coats that I made. I made 2 right panels for the front of the jacket. So one of the panels on both sides, it matches the outside of the coat, and the other panel has lining on it. But it's my favorite coat. I absolutely love it, and I wear it all the time. Oh, come on. Oh, I might have to, for the sake of speed, I might have to pull out my other machine.
Giving you trouble, huh?
Yeah, but I didn't like it. I got way farther than I thought, and I know exactly what's wrong with it. I didn't even think I was going to get this far, so it's all positive. But I have a feeling I'm going to have to soak this overnight because I oiled it, but it just still has a few pings and knocks. Do you know, like if your machine started making one noise that was off, like don't you think you would hear it?
Yeah.
And that's the problem with this. It's just one little thing that's off, and I could hear the ping. That's okay. You did your duty for Queen and Country, machine. Okay. And now I'll pull out my baby lock and act like nothing happened. For sure would hear it. Exactly, Alibaba. And I think that's part of the problem. But regardless, I'm so excited to have this machine back in my life. I'm drinking espresso, so I'll be up all night anyway, so I'll be working on it. Okay. So, I'm going to do the unthinkable and add a brand new sewing needle in here.
That's not unthinkable.
I
That's
know.
smart.
This machine, it's Baby Lock takes a well, it's recommended to take a certain size needle, but it takes a standard needle. But it'll always say like buy Baby Lock needles and parts, and I'm like, they're semi-universal, depending on the size of the machine.
And
But
my finger serger will only accept one kind of needle.
exactly.
Because the head on it is a certain size and it doesn't take the universal needles for my serger.
I think that's a little unfair when they do that.
Yeah, but I bought a whole bunch of needles, so I'm set for life, I'm sure.
I know I had that realization last night when I was on Amazon. I was like, the one thing I do not need is sewing needles.
I have a collection.
During the pandemic, they would get me with these unreal deals online, and then I realized I kept on ordering sewing needles over and over. So I have quite an abundance of them. Oh, right.
But if I find a good deal on needles, like one time I was at Walmart and they had like their packs of needles on sale for like $1 a package. Of course, I'm not going to pass it up. I bought all that they had left.
That's the best. I do that.
Because I know how much they are originally. So I'm not going to pass it up just because I have some already. I'm going to get them because I know I'll use them later.
That's like my local 99 has sewing supplies, and I go crazy. They had a giant box of replacement bobbins for a 301A, 401, 404. And I was like, yes, please. And I just took the whole row. But see, the thing is, I have those machines and will be using those,
Yeah.
And finding parts for vintage sewing machines is not necessarily the easiest thing. And Singer does reprint a lot of stuff. Okay. So let's try this again.
Like when I ordered the bobbin case for my FAF, I ordered needles to go with it. Just in case they were different.
Were they different?
I don't know. I haven't changed the needle out of it because the needle that was in it was still good.
That's how I. I will never talk trash about you again, Baby Lock. I promise. Okay, that fired right up. Perfect. All right.
Well, at least it's not going on strike.
My Husqvarna.
No, you're a Baby Lock.
I honestly feel like I cheated on my machine because I use this for everything now. I got so lucky. Like there's a thrift store. I drive all over LA, but it's not too far from my house. But they always have like I bought my Baby Lock there. They just have quality machines there. And they sell them for 24, 25 bucks because to them these machines are worthless. It's the vintage ones that are worth money to them,
Well, I hope it doesn't quit, Kilroy.
Now you gave it a silly idea, Pam. Now it's gonna quit. This thing, it's firing right up compared to my Husqvarna. It's trying to show me like, hey, I still work.
I still use my brother machine more than I do my Husqvarna. The only thing I generally use my Husqvarna for is embroidery. I've used it for a couple different things, but I still prefer the brother. But this one's not the embroidery machine either, because I have the brother embroidery machine, that SE625,
Mm-hmm.
and I've tried sewing just regular with it, and it doesn't sew as nice as this one, so I just use it for embroidery.
I have a few machines like that. Like I use my Janome only for bobbin winding. Hey, Sydney. Awesome. Awesome. I'll show you those in a minute. I'm so buried in fabric right now. I like have sewing ADD. I'm like, oh, let's show you this and this, but I have to finish the project first. Do you ever like start one project and then put it down and then start another?
Yeah, of course.
I
It stares me right in the face every time I come down here. It's this right here. I haven't finished it yet. And yet I have finished like almost 5 pairs of other overalls that I've worked on.
I do that same thing. I do that with quite a few projects. Even my Joseph and the Technicolor non-hoodie hoodie. I've been wanting to put a patch on that forever, and it's like I'm finally decided to do it today. UFOs, unfinished objects. That was a great video. And then I got a lot of people who were so disappointed that I wasn't talking about UFOs. I get weird hate mail from people, or they'll just make some weird comment on YouTube. But it's the strangest thing to me when people like my name says Godless Sewing, you know, it's not like Godless Boats or Hey Lucifer, how's it going? How's it going?
Hey, Lucifer.
Godless has more UFOs than Art Bell. I love that, man. I miss that. When I used to drive across country, Coast to Coast was always on a lot of stations after midnight. Yay! Hello, hello. Awesome, awesome. I do that too sometimes. Like if there's a certain YouTuber where they think I just say hello, but really I'm at work while I'm watching them stream.
Well, sometimes I'll say hello in the stream, and then all of a sudden I'm like, I'm still like listening to them, but I get busy doing stuff, so I don't talk.
Same. Especially like if my son needs help with his homework or something, or there is one YouTuber. They come on every morning. Because I work third shift. Well, I guess that would be like first shift if you really think about it. But like, I fall asleep to them almost every day. And I don't want to tell them like you're an amazing YouTuber. I fall asleep to you. That like I think that would be like insulting. But they don't change their tone at all. All right, I'm gonna clean up this mess a little bit before I start putting my pieces together.
Well, sometimes I fall asleep to you, but that's usually after midnight.
I'm melodic too, though. I'm not like there's not a bunch of crashing and banging going on, you know. It's a lot of talking.
Yeah.
There's some people. There's some people I watch that they're so loud I could never fall asleep to them. Okay, I got those pieces together. Awesome. I was almost embarrassed that I had to buy an entire new rotary tool, but they were completely out at my Walmart.
Don't be embarrassed. I have several tools like that. Like just sitting on my table, I have 2 rotaries. This one's kind of sticky because I never cleaned it out when my son spilled orange juice on my table. I wiped it down, but I didn't like clean it fully. And then I have this one that this one I generally use for cutting patterns and paper. This one I try to use for my fabric because it's sharper, doesn't stick. Then I have other ones here or there.
That is, you brought up a good point. I did spill coffee on my other rotary tool, and I cleaned it the best that I could.
Yeah, I'd have to take the blade out and like soak it in water or something to clean all the muck out of it. Because it gets in there like the mechanism. So like the little mechanism here, it gets in there so it sticks. So when I pop it, sometimes it goes back really slowly, but it's like really sticky to go.
Oh, that's a mess. I know exactly how that is. I refuse to drink coffee out of a sippy cup, even though I was a Starbucks addict for almost like 18, 19 years. I drank Starbucks. And then one day I realized I had a $300 a month habit.
And now you've just taken that $300 a month and spent it on sewing stuff.
Yeah. Now that's my fabric budget right there. That is one thing about going to a wholesaler is that I get 4 times the amount of fabric for the same amount I would spend at Walmart or Hobby Lobby. But I would go, that's without a sale though. Like I would always end up going on the non-sale days. Oh man. I make a complete mess in here. But that's okay. That's the beautiful thing about having all these carpets in here. I can spot the fabric real quick.
I don't have any carpet in here.
No, he spends it on weed. Pot's legal here, so the price is really driven down. Like you would laugh of how inexpensive it is now. Matter of fact, fabric costs less than cigarettes and more than the other. I'm just a mess. It's okay, Sydney. I am too. Like, I have literally spent this entire day cleaning, and I'm just like, this is never ending. I started in my kitchen, I went to my living room, and I'm like shaming myself for all the stuff I've been hoarding. And I thought I lost 2 giant comforters, but I ended up just putting them in one of my closets. That's how much of a hoarder I am. I thought I lost something that you really can't lose. All right. So now I'm gonna line these pieces up. I put my table away a little too hasty, but I can do this on the ground. Okay. That
I
is most.
remember when cigarettes were $2 a pack.
So you know it's funny
I never
because you and I are around the same age, I remember that too. They're in my state, they're almost $12 a pack now.
Well, because they were $1.88, and with tax, they came up to $2 a pack. Granted, that was many years ago, because I was working at a convenience store for a while.
Oh, okay. Did you have um did you have a good or bad experience working at a convenience store?
It was okay until they fired my mom, and then I quit because my mom
Oh,
was the manager.
okay.
And since they fired her and she was no longer the manager, it's like, yeah, she's not working here, I'm not working here. When they fired her, they lost a lot of employees.
Smokes are still affordable here in PA, but I smoke a pipe and pipe tobacco is dramatically cheaper. That's exactly the same route I went when I was smoking. I remember 35 cents a pack, 5.99 a carton. You know, I took a cruise. I used to go on cruises a lot, and the last cruise I went on, we went crazy buying cigarettes because they were so cheap. I still love the smell of pipe tobacco. It reminds me of my father and my grandfather. They like here in California, I think they purposely made smokes unobtainable though, to just tax it to oblivion out of existence. And I don't know if it's nationwide, but you have to be 21 to smoke now.
Yep, that's how it is here.
It really didn't affect me until someone asked me to buy them cigarettes, and I was like, "Aren't you over a certain age?" And they were like, "Yeah, but it's 21 now." I was like, "I'm not that cool."
Yeah. But I
I
think it
only
used to be 19, 18,
oh
19.
it was 18 here for the longest time.
And then they raised it up to 19, and then they switched it to 21. Probably because kids were still in high school and they were buying cigarettes and taking them to high school with them when they
Do you
were
know
18.
in my day everybody smoked. So it's really weird to me to see that people don't smoke like they used to.
Well, everybody vapes now.
Very true. You know, I didn't think about that because I can't vape because of my lungs. Like it's just giving myself pneumonia.
Well, I don't do any of it, but like I was talking to my son the other day because he was in town. He had to go back to Washington yesterday. But I was talking to him because he was shocked that I took a drink of coffee. I'm like, well, I had to see what it tasted like because I've gone 45 years without ever taking a sip, you know. And he was shocked. I'm like, well, you know, I'm broadening my horizons here. And then when I was in Wendover with my sister and my mom, they gave me a cranberry vodka. I only
I
took
just
like 3 sips, and I'm like, nope, I'm not going to do this. But basically, because I knew I had to drive home.
yeah.
They're like, well, mom will drive. I'm like, yeah, but we're going to be here super late, so I better drive. So I didn't
Oh,
drink
that's
it.
so funny.
But
Have
my
you
son was like, that's your problem, mom. You had cranberry vodka. That's your problem. If you had something else, it would be better.
I will just, as you probably know, with alcohol, just ease into it because it creeps up on you. Alcohol creeps up on you big time.
But I'm
Oh,
not
well.
that interested in it anyways, but I, tried it.
Well, if they don't sell it to the kids could just go to the cigarette machine and get them there. You know what's so funny? When I was a kid, we still had cigarette machines everywhere. I don't think they're even in existence anymore. I grew up around lots of people who smoked. They just assumed you'd start smoking as soon as you could, and I did. Bought my first pipe when I was 18. Same. In a lot of ways, same. I grew up around smokers as well. Big time. But there's a real statistic that if you are around people who smoke, you're 9 times more likely to smoke. Those are just your influences, you know. Oh man, I have to move all of this stuff. I put in my notes while I was cleaning, I found everything except for what I was looking for, which is pretty normal. All right. I'm gonna go to, where did those balloons come from? That's strange. I'm gonna go to the can really quick, Pam. I'll be right back.
Okay, see you soon. Oh, Joy left for a minute too. So if you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm sewing up the hem on the bottom of the pants. I'm almost finished with this pair. Then on the other pair, I just have to sew up the hem and cut the buttonhole. I already have the buttons and the buttonhole sewn. I just have to cut it open. I am using a Brother CS6000i computer. I got it from my local thrift shop for $25. And it still had the tape around it and still had some styrofoam around it. It was maybe only used a couple of times before I got it. It looks like they bought it and used it and then put it in the garage and let it collect dust. Yeah. And then my serger that I have, I bought for $50 from the same thrift shop. And it's a Singer Ultra Lock 14U46.
Awesome. I heard Singer.
Yeah, my serger is a Singer.
Oh, awesome. My son is with my ex-wife, so I had to be all up in his business and call him.
Oh, okay.
He has a cell phone now, so it's it makes me laugh when I call him. He's like, "Hello," because like only his parents call him.
But then I also have a Husqvarna Viking S25 serger that I don't use as much as I do my Singer.
Is it a good serger though? Because I'm definitely on the hunt for a new. I want to buy one brand new.
Um, it's okay, but it was super expensive, and I wish I would have seen the Singer before I got this one. So
I
I had
don't.
this one for about a year, and then I had to take it in to be serviced,
Oh wow.
and then had to take it in again to be serviced a year later, and they took a couple weeks on it and sent it back with dust and dirt in it,
Oh wow.
and pieces weren't all the way put back together.
So they really didn't care when they put it back together.
Yeah, because they
I
sent
would.
it to Arizona, the dust state. That
I lived in Arizona when I was younger. It definitely is a dust bowl.
well, I visited Arizona, Phoenix, Arizona, back in 2017 when we went on like a family vacation thing. We
Awesome.
went over Christmas break to
It,
Phoenix.
it was nice and warm over there, right?
Yeah, it was like in its 70s. So it
it's
wasn't bad, especially compared to Utah.
It reminds me of like when you see footage from Australia when they're like hanging out on the beach with Santa Claus. Arizona's like that.
Yeah, but
I'm back for Phoenix.
my baby would wake up every morning with his eyes glued shut from all the dust.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Thank you, Butterfly. Thank you. I'm really in the market right now for a brand new serger. And you know what's so funny? I love my baby lock sewing machine. So I would totally get another baby lock. And I keep on trying to justify it, but like I spent all that money on fabric and all my other sewing habits.
Well, if you worry about threading it, then get one that has an air threader.
Oh wow. I just, you know what, honestly, I've only dealt with refurbished or sergers from the thrift store, and like every single one of them came with a problem that I had to fix.
Yeah.
Then they'd
Well,
work
I
for a
had to fix
while.
my Singer,
Oh, true. Oh, and by the way,
but it works
Kilroy.
great.
By the way, Kilroy, one day I will get that gray singer.
This pair is all finished.
Awesome.
And of course, I just add my buttons on the back side. So I put a double buttonhole on the strap.
Awesome. Oh, I love it. They they look great.
And I love the flowers.
Oh, they look great. Isn't it getting cold where you live?
Yeah, and those are shorts. So am I really going to wear them that much? No. But I have another pair here that is a long pair.
I wear when I'm feeling really stubborn when it's cold outside, I have hockey socks that go from my ankle all the way like up to my inner thigh because they're made to go over your pads, you know. And I'll wear those with shorts because it's like wearing pants.
Yeah.
I hate the cold. You know, I waffle back and forth ever since, well, I moved back to California like well, my son is 14. I moved back to California 15 years ago. It took me a while to acclimate back to the weather. No matter where you end up moving, you get used to the weather, you know. So did you think Arizona was too hot even when you were there?
No,
Because it gets
because it was
unreal.
December. So,
Oh yeah, yeah. When I
but
lived there, oh go
my
ahead.
brother and sister-in-law, they lived in Arizona. So when we went down there and visited, we stayed with them.
I have a ton of my family lives in Arizona, and I don't blame them because California is just unaffordable at this point. I waffle back and forth. Part of me misses living in Arizona just because it was such when I lived there, it reminded me of California in the 80s where everything was being developed. And so it was like everything was brand new. I'm the opposite. I love the cold. I am definitely a desert dweller. Have a great night. If I don't see you, Butterfly, have a great night. Hope to see you later. Jinx, Kilroy, Jinx.
In Utah, we get tired of the cold and wish it was springtime. Springtime rolls around and then it comes to summer. And then they want it to be winter again. It's like, no.
So true. I've learned we had a freezing winter and a really hot summer, so I wasn't satisfied either way here. It's really unseasonably either cold or warm. We no longer have predictable weather here.
Yeah, most places are unpredictable.
And the one thing I will say though is most people like I'm from LA, but most people here are not from here. So it's weird to me that when it rains, because a lot of people come from cold weather cities and they should know how to drive.
Yeah, it was so funny. We visited, we went to Las Vegas in 2008, in December of 2008, to visit my sister because she was graduating the Air Force Academy
Awesome.
in Arizona. No, I mean in Las Vegas. And it started sprinkling just a little bit, like a little tiny like dust of snow. And people were freaking out. It's like, seriously, this is nothing. It was so crazy how
Oh
slow
yeah.
people got and how crazy they were just from a little tiny bit of snow.
Desert dwellers do not do well around snow. It's really funny. It snows in Nevada, but Vegas is on the lower part of the mountain, so I can totally see how, because I've been in Vegas where it was 115 outside, and I've also been there where it was 31 one year in January. And they were freaking out. They were like, "Well, the trains keep running." But I'm sure people from Minnesota would laugh at Southern Californians when it rains because we bundle up like it's winter. Anything like when I went to downtown, I wore one of my leather jackets with my vest on top because it was 61 degrees outside and I was freezing.
My son has come downstairs.
Awesome.
He's
Awesome.
showing you his rat.
Let me make you big. Oh, that's awesome. Aw.
Is that Stuart?
Oh, Giuseppe.
Oh, is that Giuseppe?
Yeah.
Anything below 80 is cold. I agree with you, Lucifer Almighty. Oh, he's on your shoulder. That's awesome. Does he hang out with you?
Sometimes.
Oh, I love that. Yes, is for anything above 70 is too hot.
They say he's cute.
Oh, I love your rat.
Yeah, his rat does like him.
Pets are important. I wish my son could have pets. He just cannot handle anything above. I want to go back to this comment real quick. Anything below 80 is cold, and then Kilroy said BS looks for anything above 70 is too hot. I need it to be hot. I'm a warm-blooded person. Oh, he likes absolutely. The rat loves being under the ears. Looked happy. Oh. You know, I used to have an aversion to rats, and when I met my ex-wife, she had one, and I got over it. And her rat was she fed that thing so much that it was like obese. We had mice many years ago. They were fun to watch.
We brought another one down. This one is Midnight.
Oh, awesome. Ooh, look at Midnight. That's beautiful. That's definitely a guy. Do your rats get along with each other?
Yeah, because they're very social creatures.
That's
They
awesome.
they can't thrive on their own. They get depressed and kill themselves.
I did not know that. Maybe I should get my son a rat. Oh, that's awesome. How old? Do you know how old your rat is?
Midnight was
It was born last month.
so Midnight was the July batch, right?
Yeah, last month.
So July 31st. So it's like 2 months old.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Giuseppe, the other one he brought down, is 3 months old.
Excuse me. Those are healthy. That's awesome. Do you know how big they get?
I can show you my biggest one.
Awesome.
So he's gonna go up and get Stuart.
Even my biggest one isn't as big as they get.
No, Chad is huge.
Yeah.
What do they? I'm so curious. What do they eat? Like, what would you feed them?
Well, you feed him rat food, but you can also feed him bird seed and cat food. You can feed him dog food. You can feed him cereal.
Oh, awesome.
You can feed him salad. And they love fruits and vegetables.
I would have never known that. I really want to get my son a pet. He just hasn't had much success. He had a cat, and like that was a terrible experience. And he didn't do anything bad to the cat, but like the cat was an indoor cat, and he let the cat out one day, and the cat never came back.
And the cat's like, I'm out of here. Get me out of here with this child.
Exactly. It had a good life. I'm sure it had a good life. But in that area where we used to live, there was always a ton of cats. So I think it joined a cat army or a cat gang.
Okay, here he comes with the other one.
Awesome. Oh, that's huge.
Yeah, put him on your shoulder.
Wow.
This isn't near as big as it gets.
Now this one is like 4 or 5 months old. I think probably 5 months old.
I think like 7 or something.
No.
No, he was like old when I got him. He was like 3 months old or something.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah.
He was a couple weeks old.
No.
He was probably about a month old.
No,
'Cause-
he
No,
was
he-
older
Oh,
than that.
Well, then
Two
Remy
and a
is
half.
like 5 months old. I think Stuart was a little bit older than Remy.
Yeah.
Is that one
Like Stuart.
Ghost? Oh, is that Mike?
That's Mike, my little girl.
Oh wow. How big is that?
This
Size of a
one-
large rat.
No, that's a medium.
Size of a large mouse.
Mike is the same age as Midnight,
And she's a lot smaller.
but Mike is actually
It's-
girl.
It's
She
ju-
called him
it's
Bullet
just
Bill
the
Mike.
gender difference.
So
At the time, I was
the
under
girls
the
are
impression.
smaller than the males.
At the time, I was under the impression my girl was a guy. So I named her Bullet Bill Mike, thinking,
For
oh,
some
it's gonna
reason,
be a guy.
For
You
some
know what? I
reason-
did that with my cat. I named my cat Odin, and my cat's a female.
Even my other rat is named after a guy.
Awesome.
Sora?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's
but
see.
Sora could be considered a girl. Because it's got the A at the end.
Soren would be a guy.
Awesome. I gotta
Mike
switch
didn't
to.
want to come out for Ethan. I put my hand in there and Mike's like, oh, hey, my human.
He's like Michaela.
Look at your fat ass dad.
Why are you sniffing my
Awesome.
hair?
No.
You guys totally have got me sent on a quest now. My son needs a pet, but I was thinking about a fish, but we haven't been too successful with fish. And the last cat we had, he gave it its walking papers. All right, let me start attaching this. I think I need a pet, but I don't want to get a dog. I don't have the emotional space for a dog. This code is so much fun. This code is so much fun. My neighbor was like, "Hey, can I talk to you for a minute?" I was like, "Sure." I put this code on. I turned the corner and she instantly started laughing. I love my I don't know what to call it. I call it the Clifford the Big Red.
Stuart's licking my whack.
Or you could call it the
Yeah, he's being affectionate.
animal furry.
I like that too. I like that.
Oh,
Or Elmo furry.
It definitely gets a reaction from people.
I think it's cool.
Thank you. Every time I discover a new material, I want to work with it, but I really had never worked with anything that fuzzy before. And I learned the hard way that material sheds.
Oh yeah, that kind of material sheds a lot.
Oh my gosh. The first coat, I was not ready. I made such a mess in my house. It's not even funny. But when the red one came around, I was extremely prepared.
That makes me want to show you the furry coat I made a couple years back.
They're so much fun.
But I have it upstairs.
Awesome.
in my
I know
son's
that's why
room.
I feel like I need to do another closet stream because I've unearthed all this really cool stuff I've made over the years. That's really one of the reasons. Well, I do that weird thing where I have summer clothes and winter clothes. But really, I dress like Larry the Cable Guy all summer long because I wear sleeveless shirts. And I went through this really weird phase of cutting the sleeves off of all my shirts for a while. So I call that my summer wear. But you guys get actual like real weather out there, don't you? In Utah?
Get what?
Like snow and hail, like real weather.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of always like 70 degrees here. And this year we're going to get what's called an El Nino, and people are freaking out.
Oh, I bet.
But like if you think about it, the rest of the country gets weather like that every year. Did you see the flooding in New York?
Oh, I remember that. That was crazy.
They had flooding recently, and I thought it was old footage. And I was like, oh my gosh. All right, I really have to line this up. Alibaba says I haven't even looked at my winter weather where it's gonna be 30°C in the next 2 days, summer type weather. Is Alabama going to die? Leave it to Southern Californians to be freaked out about actual weather. Do you know what it is too? It's our news. Like it'll start raining every channel, like 24-hour coverage of the rain. And it's the same reporter standing on the same street every year. Oh, hold on 1 second. Isaiah just got back.
Fun.
I can hear his little brother. He wants to come in because I'm the house. Like I have all of Isaiah's old toys here, and every time he comes over, I give him a new one. I'm like, here, you're doing me a favor. Do you know what it is? I forget what it is to have a little guy around. So when he comes around, I'm like, oh. But then when they leave, I'm like, okay, I remember having the little guy. But with him, we get to send him home, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
If
hilarious.
you're wondering what I'm adding on these straps on the buttonholes, I'm just adding a fray check. Kind of helps prevent it from fraying a little bit.
Yeah, that I'm totally taking notes. And you know, Lucifer, NorCal and Southern Cal are like two different planets as far as the weather. Like you guys get actual real weather. Anything like north of where I live, you get real weather.
Did you ever show your friends this one?
Yay!
Yes, I did.
Welcome back, Joy. Welcome back.
Are you muted?
Oh, now I have welcome back, welcome back, welcome back stuck in my head. I like it. Why don't you get all your dirty stuff and bring it out and put it in the basket? I like your Raider jersey, man. Thank you. That's awesome. I'm like always the I'm always the bearer of bad news because I'm like, oh, welcome back. You have to go to bed in an hour because you have school tomorrow. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So I'm gonna attach these arms. Continue to attach these arms. For some weird reason, they gave all the kids off in the district a day off, and they called it fall break. but it's one day. Where you live, Pam? Did
It's because they also count the weekend as part of fall break, unfortunately.
that is so weird to me. Back in my day, we got a full week off, you know.
Well, my kids, they get they have the schools are still doing a virtual day, so they'll have a virtual day on a Wednesday, and then that Thursday and Friday are the fall break, and then they go back on that. And then I think they have Monday off because it's something that they're doing, and then they go back on that Tuesday.
You've got
Oh, that's great. It's just weird to me. Here we have what's called furlough days as well too. So like every Thursday will be a half day. It's different with the homeschool
You
kids
lost like a
though.
whole pound.
It's different with the homeschool kids though, because they can't there's nothing to go, they're already home.
If you hear a child growling, ignore it.
My daughter has her daughter down here, my grandbaby.
It's okay.
She's currently in her baby wrap because she didn't want to be put down.
Aww.
That's a little baby wrap thing that I made.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I'm hands-free with my child. She's in here.
I like that. How long did it take you to make that, Pam?
Not too long.
15 minutes.
No, probably longer than that.
15 minutes to add on the new piece. Because you had to add on that whole new side to it. Which we need to figure out what to do because it's got a hole in it.
It'll be fine. Not gonna hurt it.
Well, what I'm asking is if it would be a good idea for me to take my sewing machine and just like put like a patch on it, like what you've done with my pajama pants several times.
Yeah, I could take and stitch it up. Or you just
My-
take a needle and thread and stitch it.
My ears
I'm worried
perked
that
when I
it's
heard
going to
that.
spread and she'll fall through.
Oh, it's not gonna spread that bad.
There's a hole in it from the times I use it. I love the little hole right here.
The second you said patch, I was like, if you lived any closer, I have some really cool ones for you. I'm gonna take a look at it. That's awesome. That's absolutely awesome. I love the stripes and everything.
I'm huge into stripes and polka dots, so
I'm in my stripes and polka dot era right now.
and with how many times she's had to fix my stuff, it's like, yeah, that's good. Because I have a tendency to be a klutz outside of holding her. So I have so many pairs of pants that she's just had to sew up for me. Because they've got these giant holes.
I completely understand about being a klutz. I am 5'9" with size 13 foot. So I kick everything. And last week I kicked my coffee table and I swore I broke my foot. But it's just my age. Almost
You're not that old.
That's what I was going to say. You don't sound that old.
I'm in my 40s, but when I was younger, I
He's probably like God's age.
I felt invincible.
I don't know.
And then I got in a car accident a few years ago, and it reminded me that I'm not invincible.
I got in a car accident last year, and she had to drive out to Minnesota to come and save my ass.
Well, that was in 2021.
That was last year.
Yeah, 2022. It wasn't 21.
How far is that from where you guys are now?
It was a good 24 hours.
Wow. Because I drove to Texas, and it felt like it took forever. It took a couple days.
I was about 18 hours away, but I like to get it over and done with in one shot, so I would have spent the 17 hours driving. And I was on
Unlike
my
that
way
as
home
well.
from Wisconsin, and my control arm snapped.
Well, because you ran into something. Because you lost control of her car.
Yeah, that was fun. It sucked. It's like stuck in Wisconsin for a week. Not Wisconsin. Minnesota for a week, being like, all right, now to call my mom and figure out how the hell I'm going to get home.
Alibaba says I got in a car accident and found out how tough I was. You know, it took me a month to learn how to walk again after my car accident.
I came out unscathed, thankfully.
Mine humbled me more than I ever thought it would. Ever thought it would. I bang my head on something once or twice a week and find out how tough I am. Not very. You know what, Gilroy? I kicked my table and I thought I broke my foot. But really, it was just I hit it at that sweet spot.
Oh. I'm just standing here letting her sew up the hole so it doesn't get worse.
Yeah, they can see that.
I can't walk far anymore. I'm sorry, Alibaba. I smoke too much. I got winded today when I was walking through Walmart and I was like, oh my gosh, I need to start walking 1.5 miles every day again.
Question, what all do we have planned for tomorrow?
I used to like walking. I try to go every day, but like my son has fallen in love with his Oculus, so I end up going by myself. And I know, Kilroy, you're gonna say, I know what Kilroy's gonna say. Saw the Oculus in half. All right, let's attach these arms. Then we'll get real. I'm not even to the turtleneck part yet, but we're almost there. I'm gonna ask my son if he wants a rat now. Knowing him, will probably say yeah. All right, let's attach these arms. I hope everyone's having a great evening. I'm glad that Pam's here because I was sitting here by myself rambling.
Yeah, I was sewing. Might as well join you, right?
Exactly. That's why I always say, like, this is what I would be doing even if I wasn't live streaming. I would be sewing, sitting here sewing.
I'm more of a painting person, so
My daughter likes to paint.
Oh, painting is awesome.
I do glass paintings.
Oh, that's awesome. I was a painter before I got the job I have now.
Giraffe or the kid?
Mm-hmm.
I'll just grab a random one.
So you think I should drop the? So you think I should drop the Oculus in the pier? Do you know, knowing my luck, I would.
Well, things are expensive. Why would you want to ruin it?
And my luck, I would get a fine. Ooh, that raccoon is on my roof. I can hear it. That is not the cat. That is not the cat.
I just realized I'm almost done with this, but not quite yet.
I do that. I get ahead of myself and I forget to like line something or I'll forget something.
What I forgot is just my top stitch around the piece to stitch down this section. Like I did on the other one around the waist.
Awesome. Kilroy, you're totally do you know what's funny? People fish all the time off the Santa Monica Pier. Ask one person if they eat the fish they catch. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, that's awesome.
That's what my daughter painted.
I love that.
Fucking frame broke, by the way.
And Sydney says, and I quote, "My butt hurts, laugh out loud."
Yeah, it still holds. It's just not holding on the bottom, which worries me. Same one?
It'll be fine.
Because the staple broke off on the inside.
It's fine.
I know, I'm just showing you. Also, I found the green hairbrush.
Oh, good.
It's on the flower container. There.
Oh, good.
The flower container with the wild grape. Lucy. Love you.
Perfect. All right, now let's take a look and see. Oh yeah, so at the Santa Monica Pier, like you would not want to eat the fish that you find. Even when the fish and wildlife people are like, I wouldn't eat that. They have a guide of what you can and cannot eat off the Santa Monica Pier because you get some pretty exotic fish just off the pier. I used to go fishing there. Actually, it's fun, and you could go there at 3:30 in the morning, and you'll barely get a spot. I knew I missed a spot. But fishing off the Santa Monica Pier is actually a lot of fun. I won't eat any of the fish around here. Fracking ruined the water around here. Do you know what's really funny? I've really wondered about that because fracking causes man-made earthquakes. And like the earthquakes actually cause damage to our aquifers and stuff. I really wondered about that. There's always some weird fungus or something that you do not want to get. I used to get the guide every year, but I haven't renewed my fishing license. So they haven't sent me the guide yet. I need to do that though. I should renew my fishing license. All right. I wonder about that. Can anyone eat any of the fish out of the ocean around? We eat a ton of Alaskan polyp in America. Oh, right. Pam, did you know that if you sent Waverly an email, they'll put you on their waiting list and send you some free stuff and hoping that you order stuff?
Really?
Yeah. They sent me one of those, but I ordered something and they sent me a bunch of free stuff. And it came faster than Amazon. Which reminds me, they literally ripped me off for a package again. Oh, let me look.
You didn't pay rush shipping this time, did you?
No. And the reason I didn't is because I try to look for people that are local because I like supporting small businesses. So I'll totally support a small business, but they've just been so inaccurate lately. It's sad.
Yeah.
And now they're doing that thing where it says, oh, it may or may not come to your house now. We're very sorry your delivery is late. If you have not received your package by October 6th, you can come back here the next day for a refund. Ugh. I have no idea why it's become such a such drama. Don't need a fishing license to fish off a pier. I did not know that. Maybe that's why there's so many people there year round. I live by a lake, and so we get a license every year. And yes, it's a man-made lake, but it's the same lake where Fonzie jumped the shark on jet skis. If anyone's a Happy Days fan. And they filmed Dukes of Hazzard in my town. And a bunch of other.
I like Dukes of Hazzard.
It reminds me of back in the day. They still
I
show
was
it
a
on.
4-year-old, and that was my favorite show to watch.
Mine was Chips. And my mom has a picture of Eric Estrada holding me in the park in a park by the high school by our house. Need a license to fish off a pier here. I've wondered about that. I always get my license just because I'm oh, excuse me, for as much as I claim to be a rebel, I follow the rules. I love Dukes of Hazzard. They show it on TV here. It's like a source of pride because it was filmed here. All right. I'm so proud of myself. I haven't even ran over a pin today either. I'm kidding.
That's good.
I know. This machine will let you know if you run over a pin real quick.
I haven't ran over a pin either.
I used to catch bait fish. I always had my license. In California, you don't need one. That's good to know. I did not know that. It makes a lot of sense though, because there's a whole like group of people that go fishing off the pier. It's actually really fun. You meet some of the best people in LA. Like it's actually a lot of fun fishing at the piers here. And the early morning crowd is so much nicer. I used to do that, but now my son's all old and he's like, you know, he thinks he's my age now. Like even we used to go to the museum all the time, and I recently asked him, I was like, do you want to go to the Getty, you know, this and this exhibit's there? And he's like, we saw that 2 years ago. So he's jaded. My best day was the first day of fishing section here, Kids Day. I would give away minnows. Oh, that's awesome. Just off, man needs structure. Jetties don't count though. Man-made structures, jetties don't count though. Good to know. Lucifer caught me. That's really good to know. I think, is this attached? I'm sitting here talking and sewing, and I actually finished what I was achieving. Okay.
I finished what I was doing too. We're all done. Both of them.
Missed. Of course I missed. Good. I was thinking of you yesterday when I went to the thrift store. Your quarter cabinet inspired me. I need a few things, but I can't justify them because like I need a short cabinet, but I guarantee if I went in my storage unit, I'd probably find one in there.
But you're afraid to go in your storage unit. You
It's
just
so
admitted
much.
that.
It is so much work. It's literally like wall. It's so I have a double side storage unit. It's one of the larger ones, and it's filled to the door. I mean, completely filled. And every time I go there, I just feel overwhelmed. And I thought recently when I switched everything over, it would motivate me to go there, and I was like, nope. California Gov says when recreationally fishing from a public pier in ocean or bay waters, a fishing license is not required. That's good to know. I still pass the bait shop whenever I go to work. Are people extremely outdoorsy where you live? Is there like a healthy outdoor life?
Yeah. We have hiking trails and stuff just a little bit away.
It's like that here. We have pathways everywhere, bike lanes everywhere. It's walker friendly here.
Oh yeah, we have bike lanes, and we have like a walking trail just down next to the river in my neighborhood.
I love those. I had a friend who lived in Oregon, and she took me to one, and they're so beautiful. Oh right. Wow.
One of the problems with having so much stuff is that you put it away and then you can't remember where you put it.
Daily. That's why I dedicated a whole day to cleaning my house, because I was like picking through my own stuff because I forgot about half the stuff here. That's why I shamed myself when I found this fabric. I was like, oh my gosh, you are such a hoarder that you lost 4 yards of fabric. And I found a sewing machine I forgot about that was just buried. Oh, that's beautiful. All right, so now I'm going to add the neck on. Just saw that Arizona's ending the water leases with the Saudi alfalfa farms. Interesting. So, for anyone who doesn't know, in America, if you have land, alfalfa and hay make a ton of money. Where I live, alfalfa and hay are considered cash crops because we grow a ton of it here. We grow it at my job. All right. I have to really look and see what's the back and what's the front on this one. Do you know what's really funny, Pam? This winter, I'm gonna be looking for somewhere cold to go.
Why is that?
Because I have all because I have all this cold weather clothes I made all summer long. I've made jackets and turtlenecks,
Yeah.
And I live in a place where it's like permanently 80 degrees. Okay, so let's plan out this turtleneck a little bit before I make another huge one. Oh, no.
Problem is, I recently reorganized stuff because I put in shelves, like cubbies, and so I moved stuff around and cleaned stuff up, and I have an envelope with a pattern in it, but I don't remember where I put it.
Oh, that's the worst. That's the worst. I have a bunch of templates for like a kufi, for all kinds of stuff, and I put it in a journal somewhere and I can't find it. So I totally. totally understand.
Well, mine is for the hanging towels that have a little pattern for these kind of hanging towels.
Oh, that's
So it
awesome.
has a little hook, well, little button, and it just hangs on a bar.
I love that.
So I have some projects I need to finish,
You know,
but
that's kind of ingenious because my son takes the hand towel out of his bathroom and walks around with it.
yeah,
I feel like if I had one buckled in, he wouldn't do it.
yeah, I hang them on my stove handles too.
Oh, that's so that I think I might make one of those. Argentine Argentina, godless sewing, they're in winter when we're in summer. That's good to know. I actually knew someone who was from there. I actually knew quite a few people that are from Argentina. Okay. I'm surprised my son hasn't come out here to scold me. There's a restaurant that he loves to go to that I went to, and the leftovers are sitting in the fridge. So I know he's gonna walk in here and be like, "You went without me." All right. So you have do you have a Michaels near you?
Yeah,
Do you like Michaels?
sometimes.
Recently, I've kind of our Michaels is kind of bare bones. They just don't have what I need unless I need like a very specific color of thread or like they're just more expensive than Walmart. So Walmart's always more convenient.
Yeah, it's not too far away from my Walmart either.
Mine are right next to each other. The Michaels and the Walmart are like within walking distance.
Yeah,
I'm just disappointed because it's not what it used to be. But I think what happens is like Michaels is more of a framing store. They make more money off of frames and stuff like that, so they geared their store towards
yeah.
that. Like, why would you care if you're making money off of one thing? I wonder if I cut this piece off, could I get away with the? No, that's a little too thick.
I'm looking through a pattern bag to see if maybe I put that envelope in the bag. Which, no.
So I have this really weird organization. My butt still hurts. I am so curious, Sydney. I have this weird thing where I put everything in 3 spots. It's like my keys and certain things. So when I go looking, I start at those 3 spots. You're reminding me of I have flags. Like I have over 70 flags and I have bags and bags of flags.
Well, I have bags and bags of fabric.
That's awesome. I'm looking at that and I'm like, that's awesome. You will get no judgment from me whatsoever. I'm actually that's awesome. I'm
So
waiting
this
for
is my bag of patterns that I have set aside for projects I want to do.
I do that too. I recently pulled out a bunch of jackets that I'm gonna like fix or just add patches to. All right. You know what? I'm going to take one of these pieces and just fold it over. Because this is getting complicated. I'm still proud of myself the entire time that that I've had all my sewing stuff on my desk. I have not cut my phone cord yet.
That
I'm
would be
actually,
bad to cut that.
I'm shocked I have not cut my phone cord yet. All right. Of
Well,
course,
this bag is just a small portion of patterns that I have.
that is so awesome.
This is like maybe 1% of the patterns that I have.
Okay. There's something on the blue thingy that I want you to take out to the actual garbage.
Oh, there it is. Good grief. I'm looking for my rotary tool that was right here. Now you will. Oh, that's funny. That is a lot of patterns. Do you know, Alibaba, I'm seriously thinking about the next time any of the business around here go out of business, as far as like anyone that has a pattern drawer, I'm thinking about buying the whole pattern drawer, like that one YouTuber I watch. There's I can't remember her name, but she went to a Michael's and she bought all the drawers with the drawers included. So she has an entire like, I'm sorry, not a Michael's, a Joann's went out of business in her town, and she bought every pattern.
All right, I found a project to do.
Awesome.
And I already have the pattern all traced out and ready to. And it's the right size.
That's the one thing I usually do before I stream is I I get all my patterns and I line everything. That's why this one's taking so long, because I didn't have a rotary tool.
Yeah.
I like to tell people though, because there's certain YouTubers that like they look like magicians, and I'm like, oh, you just did prep before that. Like you did a lot of prep before that. Oh, I almost made a mistake. There we go. Does it really matter what direction the turtleneck stripes are going?
No, but you want the stretchiest part to stretch around your neck.
That is true. I'm gonna go with my original design. You're right. Because this is with the stretch, like the stretch is with the grain of the fabric. And it's okay. I'm all about being mismatched. I'm one of those people where I do color coordinate, but I'm okay if I'm not color coordinated. I know it's a big deal for some people. So where you lived, are people like fancy? Do they get dressed up?
Some people do, but not me.
Neither do I. People are weirdly fancy here where I live, or they'll wear designer trying to show off. I actually sent someone home at my job because they were wearing a $300 pair of jeans. and
Wow.
we were gonna dig a ditch. And I'm like, you need to go home and come back. And I can tell that story because he doesn't work there anymore. But he legitimately wore a $300 pair of jeans to work.
Who would pay $300 for a pair of pants?
Every time, Pam, I see like they'll show online like they call it distressed jeans. I could make jeans distressed in like 2 weeks at my job.
Yeah, why would people? I don't get it. Why do people want to buy pants that have holes in them that are all worn out? And they pay horrible prices for worn out clothing.
I see a lot in more French designers, but or the new thing. Well, it's not new, but they sell ratty shoes too for like $200 or $300, and it's like a ratty pair of shoes.
Yeah.
It's just strange to me what people call fashion sometimes. And you know what? If you want to look like a designer hobo, I am no one to judge. It's just strange to me. People want to look homeless but spend thousands of dollars. Where I'm sure if you walk up to a homeless guy and was like, if I give you $1,000 for your jeans, they'd take them right off. Be like, here, you can have them. Of the bleached jeans with lace and added embroidery, those are actually real popular right now. The guy at the pot shop kept on asking me, "What do you do? What do you do?" Because they want to know what I'm going to do with all the patches. I got crap for wearing designer pants, but they were on sale cheaper than the regular ones. I do that, but I like pants are so different for men. The girl jeans look took over the market, and I have wide hips, so I cannot wear girl jeans. So I go to Walmart to buy my jeans because it's the last place on earth where they sell an honest pair of jeans. If somebody offered a G for my pants, I'd be like, what kind of creep is this guy? Very true, Kira. I'm a capitalist. I don't think along those lines. I'd be like, here, I'll walk home in my boxers for $1,000. Bye. Oh, that's funny. Made good work pants. I have a pair of Carhartt jeans that are extremely thick, and they're great. They're my Montana pants. Oh, you know what though, Pam? I'm not discouraged about my Husqvarna. I'm more excited because it still is throwing down a stitch, and it wouldn't even throw a stitch down before.
That's good.
So I'm so excited that it's back. I'm gonna be messing around with that thing after the stream. I'm about to go check on my son in a moment because I do not hear the pipes for the shower.
You're like, get in that shower.
Well, he had an extra day off, like the summer and I'm sure this is with a lot of kids with ASD. He gets into a groove for school, and then when summer hits, we hang out. We have a great time, and I let him stay up and have a great time, you know.
Yeah.
But then when school is back, it's awful. The transition is awful. Jeans aren't
I
supposed to
hear
be.
ya.
They need to make cowboy jeans again. So this year's transition has been the worst because he's a little bit older and he's like why? Why are we getting up early? Why are we doing these things? Perfect. That was your son who had the rat?
Yeah.
He reminded me a lot of my son.
Yeah, that's my 13-year-old.
Oh, okay, they're like a year apart.
Yeah. He'll be 14 in November.
Oh, okay, so they're the same age. Isaiah just turned 14
Yeah.
in August.
Yeah, so they're just a couple months apart.
Was he born in 09?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
But being that his birthday's in November, he's in 8th grade this year.
Oh, okay. My birthday's in the beginning of the year, so I've always been confused on how they do that in the first place.
Yeah, they with birthdays and stuff when they start school, it's like they have to be like when they start kindergarten, they have to be turn 5 before like September 2nd or something.
I was 17 when I graduated high school because of the weird because of like that weird thing. So because of that, I was like a year younger than most of my friends.
Well, I was 19 when I graduated high school. But only because, well, my birthday's in January, and I was held back in 1st grade.
The same thing happened to my brother. He was held back a year and he was a year older than my sister. And so they were in the same grade. But he was like, so he graduated when he was like almost 19 and she graduated when she was 17.
But there was good reasons for me to be held back, though. But then I caught up that 1st grade year. Because I had a very eventful. When I was 4, my life was very eventful. Probably a little traumatic, but eventful all the same.
I was muted talking to you and I was muted that entire time. All right, let's see how long I want this. Okay. And for the record, I agree with you, Kilroy. Jeans aren't supposed to be tight, but there was
But
a
jeans
certain.
aren't supposed to be hanging off people's butts either.
I'm weird. I couldn't have my cheeks just hanging out in the wind like that. But
Well, people wear boxers, so it's not hanging out, but they at least have something on under it. But people don't want to really see your underwear. Pants either.
When I was a kid, my pops, if he caught you dressed like that, he would literally pants you. So I wasn't allowed to dress like that as a kid, and it kind of stuck as an adult.
When I was a kid, my dad wore overalls all the time. He
You know what's
doesn't
funny?
anymore though. He's gone back to like wearing shorts, and just regular pants all the time. But
Oh, that's funny.
and now it's
Mine,
me, I wear overalls all the time. I just love it.
you know, and I kind of I sag a little. I'm so weird. I think it's because I grew up around cowboys and bikers. Like everyone wore their pants high with their buckle on. And so because I grew up around people like that, I kind of reflected that. And cowboys, you know, they wear their pants up to their belly button. And you don't want to be sagging on a motorcycle. You'll feel that wind. Beautiful. All right. I think it all depends on the area you're from and like, because do kids wear pants like that now, hanging past their nalgas?
Yep.
I'm out of touch.
It's crazy how those fashions have come back into play.
Do you know what, Pam? I freaked out the first time I saw someone wearing Janko jeans. I was like, did they bring those back? And they really did. That's why I started making them. That's one of my most viewed videos. But it's weird when you lived through an era that they're bringing back, you know?
Well, I started wearing overalls again before they started making overalls cool.
I remember in the 90s, everyone had overalls, and then it kind of dropped off.
Yeah.
But now all those styles have come back. Every single one of those styles have come back.
Yep.
It's so funny to me though, because the kids think that they invented it. You know, like every generation swears that they're the ones who invented it. And you're like, kid, like we're copying someone else before us. I even ran into this kid yesterday at the thrift store. He was like kind of cowboyish, you know, and he sees me with my hat on. And I walked past him and I said, "Excuse me." And he's like, "Oh, you're so polite." And I'm like, "Yeah, we used to be. As a species, we all used to be polite to each other." The Tommy Hilfiger overalls were so popular here. Here too, Alibaba, same. Oh my gosh. I look for stuff like that when I go thrifting. All those old off-brand overalls. I miss all of those. I used to wear this brand called Cross Colors. And they had they had green and red and blue denim. I wonder how expensive that would be if I tried to buy some like purple denim or blue denim or something.
You can get purple denim from Joann's, but it's like $13 a yard.
Yikes. Yikes.
I know because it's probably gone up since then. But it's been a couple years since I bought some because I made a purple denim jacket for a friend. And then her daughter liked her mom's jacket so much that she wanted a black and purple denim jacket made for her.
Awesome.
Oh, I already have that cut.
That's good to know. I wanna buy more denim. And so far that denim that I bought that I had for my overalls, I got that for like $4 a yard. And that's a price I just cannot compete. You know, I can't shake my finger at that price.
Yeah.
That's the one thing about going to the fashion district is that even though it's convenient to go to like near my house, it's so affordable. And I used to do that with Walmart, but they have so much more of a selection. But I was also really surprised that Walmart had cheaper fuzzy material than anywhere else. But I think shopping around is the key, though. Oh, right. Oh, I tacked on the wrong side. Oh,
Uh-oh.
that's okay. I'm only 2 pins in. Perfect. I gotta go check on my son real quick. He's a little too
Okay.
quiet. The other day when my mom was watching him, he's like, my information is blah, blah, blah. My mom ran in the room. She's like, who in the heck are you talking to? But he was giving his Discord information to somebody. But my mom
Oh.
thought he was like, giving away the farm. So I check on him every
Well,
once in a
because
while.
they don't have filters.
Exactly.
Yep, they overshare.
I try to tell him all the time that excessive honesty will get you in nothing but trouble. Do you know what's really funny, Kilroy? Mr. Modelo probably does. It's just you have to dig through his shop. He's got just years of stuff. Years and years of stuff. Like the more and more I look at my Santee Alley fabric, I know it has sat there for at least, since the 90s until I touched it. I was probably the last person to touch it in like 20 something years.
And I bet he was so excited when you bought it.
Oh yeah. He's a good guy. Like he's honestly a good person because people are so angry down there and he is so smiley and he reminds me of myself where he hasn't let life beat the BS out of him where he just laughs and has a good time. And that's important, I know a lot of really stressed out people and they don't enjoy themselves ever. So I try to enjoy myself. You got me thinking though, Kilroy. I bet Mr. Modelo does have purple denim. It's overwhelming though, Pam, when I go in these places and it's fabric 15 feet in the air,
Yeah.
It's so still after all this time of going, it's still overwhelming. Let me check on him real quick.
Good thing my ceilings are only like 74 inches down here. Because if I had 15 feet, I think I'd probably have all that stacked up too.
I completely forgot that I made cornbread.
Well, does that mean that since you need to find some purple denim that you're gonna go look around on Wednesday?
No, I'm not. I'm trying not to be predictable. And like, I'm one of those people, you could set your watch by me because I'm extremely regimented. So, I'll wait. And plus, like, I went 2 Wednesdays in a row. I'm saying this and watch on Wednesday. I'm gonna do a live stream. And I'm gonna be like, "Oh, I went downtown." So I'll stop lying to myself. But I think
You said those are probably usually the best days to go, right?
yeah. And there's no one downtown like on a Wednesday, but it's the traffic getting there. LA is such a weird place. Like, we have perpetual traffic here. And if you're not a patient person, it is anxiety inducing. Because everywhere you go, you have to tack on an extra hour because of traffic.
Yeah.
And like, I live on the outskirts, and the closer you get, it is just wall to wall traffic. Like, on a good day, it would take me an hour to get to Disneyland. On an average day, it would take me almost 3 hours to get there.
Wow.
Because of the traffic. And it's really it's in Orange County, it's on the other side, but it's really not that far because it's only like an hour and a half because it's like a half an hour from downtown.
Yeah.
But traffic is so bad, it just makes it unbearable to go anywhere after a while. But then when I get downtown, it's like, you fight your way down there and you get down there and no one's down there. But you said they have purple denim at Joann's?
Well, they did. It just depends on the store. I know mine in Utah did.
Mine usually has everything you need just for a really high price. That's my only beef with my Joann's is that it's so expensive. Oh, right. I promise I will not cheat on you, baby lock. Okay.
But sometimes you gotta spread the love.
True. Very, very. And I miss that machine so much. I think it's more nostalgia with that machine because that was the first of my fancy machines. And I felt like I made it because I bought that. And still to this day, it's the only sewing machine I've ever paid full, like gone to the retailer and paid full price for.
Yeah.
And I made a big deal about it. I made people go with me. I made them like take pictures of me while buying it. Okay. I keep on seeing that comment of Mr. Modelo has it. He probably does. I really I am so curious of the history behind that building because I looked up one day and figured out it's literally an old sewing factory. So I think they sell all the stuff that they used to make at the factory. Because a lot of this stuff is just old. But you know what, though? I'll take some outdated fabric. I am outdated. I wear stuff from 20, 30 years ago. Are you a fashion forward person, or are you like what you like?
I like what I like.
I'm the same way. I like a long time ago, my grandfather told me, he was like, pick a style and stick with it because style always changes. And he was right. But as long as you're happy with what you wear, it doesn't matter like what the style is, you know.
Exactly.
I'm all about. That's why I started making my own clothes. Like I talk about it all the time. Like I have an odd torso, but also I just didn't like a lot of the stuff, so I started making my own.
Yeah.
Beautiful. And now I dress like I'm in the Lost Boys. I'm kidding. Oh. Are there a lot of bikers where you live?
You mean like motorcyclists?
Yeah, just people on bikes in general.
Yeah, I see my fair amount. Some of them are stupid.
Some of them are what?
Stupid.
Yeah. Same here. Same here. We have a couple years back, Harley got bought out, and so they're still really expensive, but they'll give you a really good deal now. So where I live, a lot of people have become motorcycle enthusiasts. And it's created a lot of chaos. And because I live next to a freeway, I could hear them going. All right. I grew up around old school motorcyclists and people with extreme rules. But people don't have respect like they like. I don't know. I'm not gonna go on my people have changed rant. We all know. All right, I'm almost done with the turtleneck. This is the second time I forgot to combine the neck first, so I'm doing it last. Perfect. And another reason I ask is because I told you someone I know moved up there to be a biker, but he lives in southern Utah.
Yeah.
All right. Yay, Joy, I'm so glad you're still here. I'm almost done. Oh, my Lord. Triple reinforce my seams on this one.
Bye, Allie.
Have a great night, Alibaba. I'm gonna end this soon. I'm almost done. I always even tonight I said, yeah, I'm gonna go for an hour. 3.5 hours later, I'm still here.
Just because I'm here.
I absolutely love sewing with you, Pam. I think you're awesome. I think you're absolutely awesome. Yay, Joy. Yay.
Well, at least I got something accomplished.
I feel the same way. I get like when I sew on stream, I get so much done. And I do it, but I get it. I do it the right way because the people are watching me. All right, we need to reinforce that a little bit more. That's one of the reasons I started streaming as much as I do, because this is literally what I would be doing. Okay.
Yeah, I need to stream more, but then I get caught up watching other people.
I understand life gets in the way. I got lucky because my son is like a little bit more independent than he like. As each year grows, he becomes a little bit more independent.
Yeah. Well, my kids are pretty independent too, for the most part.
I am in this. You know what my problem is too. I try not to be a hover dad, but
Yeah.
because when he was younger, I was so like new parent. So I remind myself not to be a hover dad.
Yeah.
Because then if you do everything for your kid, they learn nothing. All right. I wonder if this one's gonna look more boat captain. Guess I'm dedicated. Thank you so much, Joy. Thank you so. There's a YouTuber that I watched that he went off on something today where I was like, I don't agree with you, but I watched all 5 hours of his stream. Well, I was like driving around. I clicked off and on a few times. Awesome. So I'm gonna try this on and see what it looks like. Oh. This is always the funny part. If you always hear me laughing, it's because like I'm like literally laughing at myself. Oh. Ever
Well,
since
it's good to be able to laugh at yourself.
absolutely, and it's a healthy exercise too. Because sometimes I know it's hard to believe, but sometimes I feel like I'm too serious. So it's good to laugh at yourself and enjoy yourself. I'm here for a bit longer. I'm almost done. Let me throw this on. Oh, that's extra turtly. Okay, so I think I made the neck a little bit big, but I can fold the neck down.
For when you have those cold gusts of wind, you can pull it up over your face.
I actually like that design too because we're getting back to the point of having to wear masks everywhere here. And so mask season is coming back.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people go into the stores with masks on and stuff.
Oh, I love how this came out. This was so worth it. I love this material. It came out perfect. It's and you know, like there's a resurgence here, so people aren't even joking around. They're just starting to mask up on their own. Thank you so much, Joy. Thank you so much. Oh, this is perfect. Now I look like I'm in G.I. Joe. Awesome. I really have fallen in love with the turtleneck design and the look. You know what's funny? I bought this material because it is kind of fake designer too. That definitely does have a bank robber feel to it, Joy. When I put my cowboy hat on, it looks like I'm going to the 310 at Yuma. Still a great movie. Well, I'll go for a couple more minutes. I don't want to keep people much longer. And I thank everybody who's made it this far, and to anyone who's watching this in the future. I absolutely thank you. There is something on my roof. It has to be that raccoon. Raccoons love cat food.
Yeah, they do.
I have a bunch of pictures of him meticulously picking up every single piece of cat food.
Oh, I used to leave leftovers outside for the raccoons.
I do that for the birds, but I feel like the raccoons end up eating everything. My grandmother, she would we thought she was crazy. We were like, "What are you doing?" She's like, "I'm leaving bread out for the birds." During the winter, her backyard would look like San Juan Capistrano. She would have just hundreds and hundreds of birds in her backyard. All right, I guess I'll end the stream. Pam, thank you so much for joining me.
You're so welcome.
You joining me is what makes these streams worth it. So I thank you so much.
Well, I've only joined you twice now.
No, but that's what I'm here for, is community and just meeting people that sew, So that's the whole reason I started this channel, was to meet awesome people who sew, like such as yourself. So I thank you.
Thank you.
I will be back at it on Wednesday. Everything I didn't finish today, I will be finishing on Wednesday. And I'm also thinking about going off on a cape. So don't quote me, but now that I put it out there, I'll probably make it. So I want to thank everybody who's made it this far. Joy, Kilroy, Alibaba. I know you took off a while ago, but I want to thank everybody who's still here. Like I said, I'll be back on Wednesday. So thank you for being here. And like I always say, reinforce your seams, be yourself, and I will definitely see you next time. Thank you so much, everybody. Bye.